Hello.
I have you. Fine.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Now,
you for having us.
we would have loved for you to be on Wake Up Nigeria early in the morning, but we know that you get people like you have to do all your makeup and do everything, so you won't wake up early. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have no idea.
So who takes longer to get dressed in the morning? Is it him or is it you?
It's definitely her. Come on, she's a woman.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
Yeah, I might be late, though, but I get dressed up in 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why I wake up earlier and yet still finish
She
late.
wakes up earlier. What I just do is I time it. If she starts dressing up 1 hour ahead, I know when I have to start my own dress up is 45 minutes later.
Okay.
You get so.
All right.
Yeah. That's how we
Okay.
do it.
So do you have to get his approval before you wear a particular outfit? Has that already started happening? You ask him.
Well, not
Not
exactly.
Not really.
But he looks at it and he's like, if he doesn't like it, I don't really like what you're wearing. Then I get the cue and be like, oh, okay, I think I need to maybe do something about it, change it, or yes.
Okay, so you know the interesting thing, y'all are already beginning to look like each other, man. You're already beginning to resemble each other.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's like the smile is
Nice.
so wide and bright, and you guys look really, really happy. I'm so pleased.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now,
We try.
Now we have quite a lot of questions that came through via Twitter. And you know, Twitter is a universe on its own. You know, sometimes you're even scared to even
It's
check
a world on its own.
But there were some really nice ones. So I'm definitely going to ask those questions. But then I also want to ask about the social media hype around your relationship. You know, I need you to tell me specifically, what do you think was easier for you to handle? Was it the positives or the negatives? Now, you know, going on social media, going online, you know, you expect sometimes some negative comments, you know, but which ones, you know, which have you been able to handle better?
Okay, for me, I don't know if I should speak for the two of us, because we kind of handle our social media differently. Okay. So for me, I always focus on the positives. Yeah, always on if it's not a good comment, if it's not a positive comment, then we're not entertaining it, basically.
Yeah.
So it's just good energy, positive vibes only. That's like our motto. We cruise with the good stuff, and we don't reply or don't even notice the bad stuff.
And that's helped you.
Yeah, so far so good. So far so good.
Okay, all right. You know, it's actually a challenge sometimes making things work, especially with, I'm going to call you you're still kind of like a fresh relationship, you know, but you're in the limelight. This is a hot babe now. You know she's a hot babe. So when guys are like, this babe is fine, or checking her online, how do you react? Talking to Iyke.
Well, I know that is normal. I mean, when you have a good thing, if others don't recognize that you have a good thing, then you probably do not have a good thing. So if she's getting attention from other people, that is out of her control. I mean, for you to be a beautiful person, people have to recognize that and appreciate you. At times, people appreciate me and just like, oh wow. But as long as I don't reciprocate whatever advances they have towards me, I just have to block it out completely, and that's fine. You have no control over someone appreciating you, saying you're a fine person or you're a beautiful person. Just accept the compliment, thank you, and let that be. You understand? You don't have to do a follow-up or anything like that.
So, I can see a question in her eyes, though. It's like she wants to add something to your comment.
What do you want to ask?
No, I don't want to ask anything. I basically, he said everything. Like, as long as you don't reply in a way that you're trying to prolong the whole advancement, that But appreciating compliments is key for us, because I mean, if one says he's handsome and beautiful, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
We are both handsome for each other. We're beautiful for each other too. So yeah, it's normal. We get that every time, you know, and especially with the fact that we both handle our Instagram. Like, he has my account, I have his account. So
wow, really?
yeah, we know what goes on in the DM.
Goodness. Okay. So that's a very high level of trust. And I think that's really, really sweet. But talking of sweet, there's something you guys do online. There's so much sweet talking. There's all this PDA. And when I say PDA, I'm talking about public display of affection on your page. And I'm like, oh, okay. Really? You know? Is this just natural for you guys, or did you just make a decision and say, you know what, we're gonna show it to the world? Because that's what it feels like you're doing.
Yeah, for us, you know, see, different strokes for different folks. Yeah, there are people that come into your life and you wouldn't know what's happening, but you're not really that upfront and personal with them, like out there in the outside world. But we had a platform, a reality show platform, where every single thing we did was under the public eye. So having that at the back of our mind, having that as a backdrop and coming into the outside world, we've just lived that same way that we're used to living when we met on a reality show, and of course under the eyes of everyone. So it's not new, and we grew in that comfort zone where, you know, we're not ashamed to show that we love each other, or we are not slighted by, you know, being around each other. We always want to be around each other. And fine, if people are going to see that, then so be it. We're comfortable with that, because we came out and we saw the acceptance level of the love we share, of our PDA and everything. And we're like, oh, okay, so this actually makes people love themselves more and love their spouses or their partners more. So why not? All we can give is add more love in the world. So let us continue that, you know, that kind of relationship or that kind of front.
I can only pray that you guys remain this sweet, really, because I'm just hearing sweetness.
Amen.
I'm seeing hearts and roses and, you know, lovey. And I hear you're cohabitating now. Is that true? Are you living together?
Yes. You know, since we got out of the show, there was this coronavirus and everything. So what DSTV, you know, they were our host. DSTV, they had to like put us in hotels, and most people were not Lagosians, because this show did not even end when it was supposed to end. It ended like a week earlier. So we were in the hotel, but me, I stay in Lagos. I live in Lagos, and I'm like, you know what? I live here already. There's no need to be in the hotel. Apparently, the other love guests, like, I call them colleagues. Let me call them colleagues. They're called love guests. Yeah, they're the same people that were on the show.
On the same page with you there.
Yeah, they were on the show with us together. They're still in the hotel. They've been in the hotel. This is going to the 3rd month. So to me, I'm like, I can't be in a hotel where when I live around, you understand? So I'm like, you know what? Since we already had that understanding, everyone we loved had that understanding. I'm like, you know, let's go see my guys. Let's go see Lagos, and let's just chill, because we needed to do a lot of stuff together moving forward, pushing the Iykeresa brand out there and everything. And there's no way, it would have been very hard for us to do that if we were separated. You know, going on live interviews just as this would not be possible if we're not together. So we are building our brand, we're going stronger and everything. And obviously, I would like to say that we are doing this the long haul. It's not short term, it is long term. It is.
So do we hear wedding bells anytime
eventually, no pressure though. No pressure though. But eventually.
Excuse me. I'm seeing that smile on her face. That red lipstick is not gonna pay for itself. Please.
Yeah.
Say it here. So are there wedding bells? Yes or no?
Definitely. That's a yes.
Woo!
Yes. Yes. So like I was saying, that's the whole vibe of the whole thing. You get me? Yeah.
Okay, so I have some questions via Twitter now. I think I should start going to them
Okay.
right now. At Rita Ekwa Adoa asked about how to spice up a relationship, and also about YouTube. Asked how to spice up a relationship. So how are you guys keeping it spicy? You know, you guys were in a house, y'all were being fed and nurtured in a place, and now suddenly you're in the real world. So how are you
Yeah.
gonna spice up your relationship?
Okay. Well, okay. They talk. I think I've been talking a lot, man.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But for us, we just do like, we're very spontaneous with our relationship. We try to bring in a lot of things in our convenience, because you know we can't really go out this period. So we just do everything at home, do movies, have our alone time. We just make sure that alone time is, we shut out our phones for like an hour and just stay with each other, gist, talk about things, if possible, yap, and all of that. So we just do spontaneous stuff to make sure that we are still very much connected with each other, you know, regardless of everything happening around us. And
All
for
right.
our YouTube, for the YouTube she's asking, we actually have a YouTube channel where we also try to show our relationship. Since we came out of a reality show, we decided that we should continue it by opening a YouTube channel. So it's currently up and running. So yeah.
I think that's very
Catching up with
smart.
Iykeresa.
Very, very smart. And I would love,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out as soon as we wrap the call.
Yeah. It's called Catching Up with Iykeresa, by the way.
Catching up.
That's Catching Up with Iykeresa. Yeah, that's Catching Up, KETCHINGUP.
Catching up like ketchup.
Yeah,
Like ketchup.
ketchup. The spice.
Yeah, because Ike loves ketchup a lot. So,
So
we
don't worry, there's a whole other story. The story of how we came up with that name is
Oh
on
my
the
goodness,
YouTube on the
catching
very
up.
first
Okay.
episode, so you can
Okay,
catch
sweet,
that out.
sweet. All right. Now there's someone else that just asked a question. Let me see if I can load it right now. I think you answered the question from at Fraud's wife. Fraud's wife asked about their podcast on YouTube, and you've answered that already. But the outside world, do you think it's positively affected your relationship or not so positively? Do you think it was stronger when you were in the house or when you came out?
Well, outside, I think it became stronger because in the house we didn't really have a lot of challenges facing us. We didn't really have much to think about because I mean we had everything figured out in the house, courtesy of auntie. But right now we have a lot disturbing us, disturbing our head and all of the adult life, the newfound fame and all of that. So, but I just realized, despite all the things going on, you know, we still get to actually be with each other, bond each other. So every time we bond, we actually get stronger. We even have like little quarrels, you know, because of this and that. Well, for every time we settle, we realize that, man, we can't actually do without each other. We can't do without each other, basically. So I think it has a positive impact on us.
Yeah.
We've not had any, say, negative, no, none of that. So it's basically positive for us.
Okay, so you know, as you were talking, right, Iyke was just looking at you, like I was just watching his eyes, just looking at you with pride, and joy. And I really hope that never ends.
Amen.
Amen. It feels like you guys are very comfortable in front of the camera. So the next question is from at Miss Casey. Miss_Casey asks if you ever feel nervous about sitting in front of the camera because of the possibility of judgment and how it affects your productivity. So
is that question directed to any of us or the both of
well,
us?
I guess it's for both of you. Miss Casey said ask them. So I'm
definitely
them.
do not have any problem sitting in front of the camera. We're very two confident people. We're comfortable in our skin and we just exude comfortability. Man, we're very, very comfortable, to be honest.
Yeah.
So the entirety of the reality show, we were in front of the camera the whole time.
Okay.
So I mean,
so I for one actually like really learned or got my confidence from the house. When I'm talking about like sitting in front of camera, facing camera and all of that. So I got really confident and comfortable from the house. Came out, I've gotten a lot of questions and all of that. So it's like we're going the same thing over and over again. And most especially I usually pray for God's direction when it comes to speaking, because I understand that right now anything you say can be used against you or for you. So I just usually pray and be like, God, please, in my heart, like, let me say things that would be positive and that won't be something that they'll use to nail me. But regardless, people will still talk about what you say. But the truth is, I'm very comfortable I'm confident in anything I say, and I don't regret anything I say.
All right. All right. Okay, so I've read out quite a few questions. Let me see if I can go over them again. So Rita Ekoa asked about how to spice up a relationship. Afrod's wife asked about the podcast and YouTube. At Nora Nyembezi asked about how the outside world affects your relationship. I think you've answered that very well as well. Yeah. Now, I asked a little bit about the significant changes. You answered that a little as well. But I want to go back to this one. At Rant Brand asked about what you consider your USP. That's your unique selling point in the industry. Yeah? What do you consider your unique selling point in the industry?
For both of us is the fact that we are a couple.
Yeah.
And I feel like in industry, everybody has what they sell, what brought them out and everything. For us, it's our love, our genuinity, the relationship. So basically, our USP is the fact that we're a couple. We're couple influencers in Nigeria. That's how we call ourselves. We're like the first couple influencer. Yeah. So that's our selling point right now. We have our individual selling points, unique. Yeah, but for both of us as a brand, because Iykeresa is a brand, it's the fact that we are couple influencers.
All right, beautiful. I love all your answers so far, and I have a feeling all of the people that tweeted them are really happy as well. I'm gonna try and see if I can scroll on the screen here. A lot of comments have just been flashing through. I can see quite a lot of waving, a lot of emojis. Let me see. No questions here. Confidence 100. You're not camera shy. Okay, let me see. All right. So I have a question here now that's asked for 5 celebrity couples that you look up to. Do you have a list of celebrity couples you look up to?
Well, five is a lot, but number 1, because they are YouTubers, the Ace family, because they are YouTubers. So they are very cute. In Nigeria, I look up to Simi and Adekule Gold.
Oh, wow.
I feel like they are excelling in their crafts, at the same time. They are really good, And I also look up to Banky and Adesua because they are both also excelling in their craft as well. Who else, babes?
Prince Daniel, Dana Chanel.
Yes, Prince Daniel and Dana Chanel. Yeah, those guys are awesome. In fact, I think they should be my number 1.
Overseas, there are a lot. There are a lot, though. There are a lot. But we're gonna add ourselves to that list as well.
Yeah, then we look at
already.
Yeah.
Okay then. Now we're going to be wrapping soon, but there's still quite a few questions. Now someone here at Lydia's Corner is asking if you're thinking of starting up a business as a couple. Is there something your fans will be able to patronize?
Yeah, definitely. Something in the works.
Yeah, very
Let's watch
soon.
the space
very
next week.
Soon. Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as next week.
As soon as next week. I don't understand. So you don't want to launch it here. Launch it now. Launch it. Tell us.
No, we don't want to talk too much. So it's not be as if.
Yeah. Just watch the space. Everybody should watch the space. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to launch it basically on your YouTube channel, I guess. Yeah.
No, it's going to be on our gram, but definitely we'll still advertise it on our YouTube channel because we promote everything.
No, as soon as you're set, just come and talk to us at Wake Up Nigeria. We can always do another interview. It'd be great to have you guys in the studio when the whole world comes back to normal.
Yeah. Can't wait.
All right. Let me see if I have any more questions so that people on Twitter will not murder me. Let me see. Okay, so this one I wanted to ask myself. You know, we've been talking about it being rosy and sweet and all nice all through today. But at Weheb asks if either of you at any time ever had any feelings that your relationship was not working. So who's gonna take that one?
Well, I believe we can both take it because we've not had that feeling before.
Nah. You sure?
That's
you never once felt it wasn't working at all?
Wasn't working?
No, this question is very new to my brain. My brain is processing it as a file not available.
Not processing.
Not processing.
Okay, so let me try and rephrase it then. Do you think there's anything that could be better about your relationship?
The fact about life is you try to be a better person or a better version of yourself as you grow older and as things progress. Because there is beauty in growth and development. And we know that even our couple story, our lives right now, is not perfect. It can only get better. So whatever we're doing, we know that we're growing. We're removing the bad things and we're learning good things. We're learning bad things, we're learning good things. That's just our cycle. So exactly, there are things that we might know today that tomorrow we have to unlearn after figuring out that there's a better way to go about it. So definitely that is a constant. Growth is very, very constant. So we're always open, but for now, we're good.
All right, Theresa, you want to add anything? You want to add anything?
And now he said it all. That so we're just contented and we're growing. So
sharp woman, don't worry, wife material. You understand?
You know the vibes.
Yeah, I get it. But it's actually honestly been a pleasure talking to you guys. I love the energy. I love the chemistry. And honestly, your smiles have been wide throughout this. At no point in time somebody rolled their eyes like, oh. I was waiting for that. I will now catch you. But really, it's been great, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think we joined the live exactly when you started it, so I didn't catch your name.
Oh, my name is Titilayo Oyinson, aka Titi the Dynamite. Yes.
Okay, so what's your IG?
Oh, Titi the Dynamite is my Instagram handle. Titi the Dynamite.
Okay.
Yes, it always has been.
Okay.
Yeah. So at TVC Connect on TVC, I am on the Wake Up Nigeria breakfast show from Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. So get this, y'all are so important and so special that I stayed here all through just to get to talk to you guys.
Wow.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We
appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm glad I had the opportunity to talk to you guys. And hey, keep your head up. And please ignore those haters. Please just ignore them. They're not worth your time.
They aren't.
Thank
you so much, Titi the Dynamite. Yeah, so you guys.
Thank you so much to everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone. We could give some shout outs, and some plugins.
Of course.
Yeah, so I believe most of the people on the live actually know us. But for those that don't know us and would like to know better, they can actually follow us on our YouTube, Catching Up with Iykeresa. And
they've been typing it on the screen.
Yes. This is where we're connecting with you via Theresa's Instagram at Iykeresa up there. Mine is at Iykennama on both platforms, IG and Twitter. So shout out to you guys too. Thanks for tuning in.
As a proper Iyke, you are selling the market. It's fine. You know, you have to do it.
More forward.
All right then.
Yeah.
For those of you who are
all right, ciao to those.
You might want to stay tuned because later on today we have Jimmy Jean-Louis joining us on Wake Up Nigeria Extra today at exactly 4 p.m. So do you know who Jimmy Jean-Louis is? If you don't know who he is, well, you could either Google him, check out his Instagram handle, or just remember the TV show called Heroes. Now, he was the Haitian from Heroes. Now, if you haven't seen that show, man, that's a show to see. And, well, you'll see exactly what we're talking about at exactly 4 p.m. right here on this handle at TVC Connect. We're going to be talking to him all the way from the U.S. It's going to be fun. So I guess you guys will be there too then, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully.
All right then.
Hopefully. Thank you for having us again.
Thank you for joining us. Much love, guys.
Much love. Powers, guys.